It's Hague here for Team MHG. You have to excuse me, there's a lot of work going on behind me right now, having some building stuff done. So I want to make a video today to just discuss my views, my diary of a skinny kid. I don't think the phases for training get spoke about enough. I don't think that the bulking phase, the cutting phase things, I don't think they get spoken about enough. And I think that because they're not as widespread as let's say bulking, for example, because bulking's not as widespread as dieting, people don't understand that. People don't understand like the reason why. So what I want to do is I want to make a little video today, just giving some thoughts on my stuff, my journey, and my reason why, and hopefully the people that do go to bulking, and get discouraged because people say, oh, you're looking fat, like you're looking out of shape, you look better before when you could see your abs, like thinking that fucking abs are maintainable, all year, like whatever. So this is a little video to just run through my views on this. So as you can see, here's a very young, skinny looking version of myself. This is where I started. I started training 2 years ago. I'm looking back at this picture now and wow, I've changed a lot. Like, it's always good to take a look back at the old pictures so you can see the progression. You do know where you've started from, humble beginnings. I started training 2 years ago. I started at 70 kilos. I used to fight. I used to do MMA, and 70 kilos was my fight weight. Wet through 70 kilos. So I decided that I wanted to gain some muscle. I wanted to put some weight on. I wanted to be a bit bigger. I wanted to feel a bit more confident. I just wanted to just feel good about myself. So so I started to hit weights again. I'd hit weights before a long time ago, but when you're fighting, you have to be nimble, athletic. You can't be carrying too much size. The more muscle you have, the more cardio gets used. Muscles need oxygen, so the more oxygen that gets used. So I decided to put some weight on. The next phase I went through, I went to bulk. And I remember when I started bulking, I was eating more. I was feeling pretty shitty about the way I looked. I'd have a top on very regular. I look good in a t-shirt. As soon as I take my t-shirt off, I got a little bit of a belly and a little bit of podge going on. But I knew that it was for a reason. I wasn't just doing this to get fat. I was doing it for a reason. My reason to me was clear. The reason was clear cut. It was I needed to gain some muscle. And to gain muscle, I have to gain fat. There has to be sacrifice for me. So my sacrifice was looking athletic. I wanted to get bigger. I knew that somewhere down the line, it was going to pay off. So I think in this picture, I was 70 kilos in the first one. I think that I gained somewhere around the region of up to, I don't know, let's say 85 kilos or something like that. So about 15 kilos maybe. And I remember that people's opinions of me had changed. People's thoughts on me, they were saying, oh, you look better before, your face is round, you like carrying more weight. And it's kind of hard to deal with that kind of negativity on board, because in your mind that you have the picture set there. In your mind that you have the goal set there. And you got these people trying to bug ass on your goal. So you just, how did I deal with this? I just sat back and thought, what, fuck what you think. I'm going to put the hard work in, and then when the end result comes, I'm going to see if you're still talking then. So on the third picture, that was when I'd finished dieting. I only dieted for 6 to 8 weeks. To be honest with you, I could have dieted more, but I had a few life circumstances going on, a few things around me that needed sorting out. When you diet, you've got to have peace of mind. You've got to be in the right kind of place. 6 to 8 weeks in, I had some stuff going on. I wasn't in the right place, but I managed to get in good shape. I was happy with the shape. I was lean. I think I was sitting at 6% body fat. I dieted I bulked in the end to about 95 kilos, and then I dieted down to about 87, 88 kilos. So, I was feeling good. And, to go back to people's opinions, all of a sudden the same people that were dissing me, were saying, oh, oh, no, you're too big, you're looking too fat, oh, it's no good, you need to go back to being skinny like you were before. All of a sudden these people's opinions had changed. They were like, wow, you look good, this, that, and the other. And all I kept thinking to myself was like, if I had listened to these people, if I had listened to these naysayers, like Arnie said, these people who say, no, you can't do this isn't the way, I'd be fucking sat there, miserable. So, my advice to you is be selfish, okay? There has to be a clear difference in your training. There has to be a clear difference in phases, whether you call it off-season, on-season, whether you call it bulking or cutting. There has to be a clear difference between it. And yeah, you have to sacrifice a little bit of that shape, but it doesn't matter because if you diet hard and you train hard, you'll get it back, and that is it. So, choose your phase. And another thing, a lot of people talk about lean bulking. So to bulk up, you have to put your body in a calorific state. If you're going to talk about lean bulking, like I've personally tried to lean bulk, it doesn't work. You can't gain the kind of size you need to. It's not time effective. Your knowledge on nutrition, diet, training, everything has to be bang on all the time. And to be honest with you, I don't think it's maintainable or achievable. I think there should be a clear separation between your bulk, and your cut. So my advice for you, don't be on the line, pick one side of it. When you're done, you want to gain the size, bulk up, and then decide to cut down. That's the process. This isn't a fucking sprint, this is a marathon. This takes years to get in shape. It takes years to do this. Nobody's going to do it for you, and because nobody's doing it for you, their opinion shouldn't matter. It's down to you to get this done.